Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Crow. And something has been bothering me about the Sniper Wolf situation, the punishment, her evading that punishment. And it's kind of like, I realized something. I've made fun of this video I saw a while back, and it was a Darman video with Sniper Wolf, and how she was like an idol for young female gamers and everything. And what the Jax film situation has kind of brought to light is just what an awful person Sniper Wolf actually is. Like, if you're watching her content believing that she is some sort of inspirational person for young female gamers, holy fuck, are you being poisoned? Are you being just completely ruined by what an awful human being she is? But it's not just that she is an awful human being, it's that she's an awful human being who's being promoted by YouTube. So as you can see, Sniper Wolf isn't handling the backlash very well. Comments are being turned off. She's getting dislike bombed pretty heavily, but it's still I feel like we can't just let this one go, right? Because there's been so much. And the thing is, if Jack's film hadn't been doxxed, if she hadn't gone outside of his home and made this such a lightning rod issue for people, most of us probably wouldn't know just how bad Sniper Wolf is. Because over the course of just a couple of weeks, I will say this myself, and I think many people feel the same way. We've seen just what an awful person she actually is. The many terrible and awful things that she has been doing over the years. And it's not everything, obviously. I'm sure that there is far more. There's far more things that she has actually done. But I figured let's go through a list, okay? Let's go through a brief list of some of the core issues that we've seen brought up about what Sniper Wolf has done with her platform and has done to people with that platform, and try to figure out like what would be an acceptable punishment for somebody who has multiple violations of terms of service. So let's go into the first one, the thing that kind of kicked it all off, the doxing of Jack's films.
In your house right now, Jack.
Shut up.
She's literally outside your house.
door. Like 5 minutes ago posted.
Wait, what?
She's literally right outside your house.
Oh my god!
This is happening right
The
fucking now.
fuck?
Call the fucking police.
Fucking sue
Actually.
her.
Wait, what?
Call the police.
No, there's a
I'm not joking.
video.
She's outside your
That
house right
story.
now.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
She literally
on her
posted
Instagram.
a video on her story 5 minutes ago.
I'm
of her
reporting
Oh my
it.
god, she
Yeah.
is. She's outside our
Doxing.
house.
Fucking record
That-
this right
She's
now.
fucking
God,
doxing you.
ice cream.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this is fuck
Oh
her.
my god, that's horrible.
No, that is a huge
No,
Okay,
it's
violation
not.
of privacy and so
Oh my
much else.
God.
There's so much wrong with that.
No, I'm not getting out, dude. Fuck that.
No,
No,
fuck
leaving.
that.
stay inside,
Call-
What the hell is
absolutely.
wrong with her?
Call the cops and show them the
Yeah.
Instagram story.
Hold on. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go
And-
outside.
Aaron,
No,
Aaron,
Oh,
don't,
Aaron,
don't,
Aaron,
don't,
Aaron,
don't,
don't.
Do not.
Don't, please don't.
So for those of you who weren't aware, he was actually live at the time that Sniper Wolf showed up outside of his door and was demanding to talk to him. Now, we all know how this situation plays out. Jax Films tags YouTube. YouTube sits on their hands for a week. And then YouTube finally comes forward after a week and says, hey, we're going to demonetize her channel temporarily, right? Now, I think we all know if this was somebody else, or if this was a YouTuber doing this to Sniper Wolf, they would have been taken off of the platform in a heartbeat. YouTube would not have cared at all about trying to protect anybody unless it was someone like Sniper Wolf who generates millions of dollars for the platform. So she has been given a green light to violate terms of service. In fact, we kind of saw that pretty brazenly done by YouTube when they announced the demonetization, but only demonetized her recent vids until she was being fact-checked by community notes on Twitter. Now, I think this sets a horrible precedent for everybody on the platform, because essentially, if there is a large enough content creator, right? If there is a large enough content creator who generates a reasonable amount of money for the platform, they might just let them dox people now, right? We have no idea. The punishment now per YouTube is, we're going to temporarily suspend you from monetization for an unknown period of time. That's not even a threat. Like, that's not even a threat to most people. And yes, we will talk about how Sniperwolf is again violating terms of service by evading that demonetization. But let's talk about some of the other things that she has done that they haven't taken any issue with. And let's jump into the first things that Jacksfilm has been pointing out. So this right here is Sniperwolf's YouTube channel. All of this content is just actual content from TikTok that she is re-uploading onto YouTube for a profit. This is the content that other people have created that she is stealing. And look, I would get it if she was at least tagging the actual content creators and helping them build up their platforms, but she's not even doing that. She's just stealing the content from them, not giving them any credit. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's such a big deal to give somebody credit for their hard work. But Sniperwolf has refused to fucking do it. She absolutely doesn't care. As far as she's concerned, she can take your content, she can upload it onto her channel, and you can piss in the wind. Oh, you might say, well, what if they do a copyright claim against Sniperwolf? Let me talk about one of the other abuses and what I feel like should be considered a violation of the terms of service. Let's talk about what she did to another YouTuber who was criticizing her. This is Enigmahood, okay? This video is 10 years old, right? Just to give you an idea of the awful and terrible things Sniperwolf has been doing on the platform. It is over 10 years old, the type of garbage Sniperwolf has been doing to people. Enigmahood was a small YouTuber. He's still a small YouTuber even today, but back at the time, he had somewhere around 5,000 subscribers. Enigmahood was criticizing Sniperwolf, right? And he would use her content, right? And actually react to her content. And he did credit her content as he was criticizing it. How did Sniperwolf respond to it? She filed copyright claims against him. And then when he responded to those claims, refuted those claims, you're required to give your real name. Sniperwolf took his real name, put him on blast, and told everybody falsely that he was a registered sex offender. Now, I want you to notice something, right? When he was doing videos critical of Sniperwolf at the time as a small YouTuber, he wasn't getting that much hate. I mean, sure, a couple of our fans were going into his video and dropping a couple dislikes here and there, but realistically, he was doing just fine. His reputation was just fine. He was growing his channel. He was doing just fine. But then when Sniperwolf decided that she was going to outright destroy him with a false accusation that is 100% false. There you go. Sniperwolf has slandered my good name and Doc dropped on me. 7.5 thousand dislikes, all from the Sniperwolf community. That's what she does. That's what she did to this guy because he was being critical of her. This is a clear-cut example of bullying and harassment. You go onto your large channel with millions of subscribers and you lie about a guy and you tell everyone he's a registered sex offender. She destroyed this guy. Right? And you think, and look, there's another story I want to cover it on the weekend, talking about somebody else who had a false claim made against him and the unfortunate circumstances that led to. But Sniperwolf didn't give a shit. She wanted to cause this man pain, and she succeeded in causing him pain. And YouTube didn't do anything about it because who the fuck is Enigmahood compared to Sniperwolf, YouTube's darling star child who's making them millions of dollars on the platform? So she got to bully and harass somebody. And if you think, oh, well, it was just one thing, it didn't last that long. It did, okay? It absolutely did. This is a video from 7 years ago, 3 years ago, still getting dislike bombed by her community, still has people jumping in and calling him a fucking pedo, all because Sniperwolf lied about him, knowingly lied about him just to cause him pain, just because he was criticizing her. This is what this woman does. And where was YouTube? Where were they enforcing their own fucking terms of service? They didn't give a shit. They gave her a green light to go out, harass, and bully smaller content creators. Oh, do you think it ends there, though? Do you think her bad history ends there? This is a re-upload because SSSniperwolf has been taking these videos off of her main channel, so you can't find them anymore. But fortunately, because these videos were posted to Twitter, people grabbed them and re-uploaded them before she could delete them. This is a video where SSSniperwolf, these are clearly kids, okay? This is not, oh, they're ambiguous, they look like teens, I didn't really know. These are clearly children. And she tells them, if you twerk for her, she'll show you her tits. Okay? And these kids do it. She's getting minors to twerk on camera for her amusement with the promise of flashing them. Okay? I don't know how much more inappropriate that can be for someone, right? And you want to say, well, you know, Crow, she wasn't actually going to do it. I don't fucking care. Why are you telling minors to go twerk for you? I remember when the Cuties film dropped, right? And we're all outraged over a movie that put out twerking children. SSSniperwolf was doing that on her YouTube channel for content, and nobody cared. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody said anything. This is something she regularly did on Omegle, okay? Right? This is another kid. This is another kid she's doing this shit to. What the fuck is going on here? Why was YouTube allowing this content on her channel? Like, I'm being dead serious, right? Like, I get it. Maybe I'm just like different from other people. You know, I've gotten into my 30s now. I'm more of an adult now. This stuff actually is kind of fucking sick and disgusting to me, right? I'm an uncle. I have nieces. I'm somebody who's had family members who were sexually preyed upon. So for me to see an adult doing this to children, who the fuck did you think was gonna watch that content? All your fans because they thought it was funny, or some fucking pervert? But SSSniperwolf's head is so far up her own ass doing anything for money, she didn't fucking care, and neither did YouTube. How is this not a violation of their terms of service? I'm sure it fucking is. Just like bullying and harassing Enigma Hoodie was. Just like doxing Jax Films was. But they didn't care. They didn't care. They never cared. They keep giving her a green light, and look at all the bad things that she has done. Now that brings it to finally the most recent thing, right? She's decided, okay, after YouTube has given her a slap on the wrist, that slap on the wrist was too much of a punishment for her. So she's gone through and started re-uploading old videos onto her second channel that has monetization. And as this user pointed out, this is an actual violation of the creator responsibility terms of service, okay? Based on their very own terms, based on YouTube's very own terms, this can get all of your channels terminated. But do you think YouTube is going to act? Do you think they are going to care? Do you think they're going to do literally anything to her? Absolutely not. They didn't care when she doxed Jax Films. They didn't care when she bullied and levied false claims against another YouTuber just to destroy him, just to cause him pain. They didn't care about her making false copyright claims against people. They still don't care about that. They didn't care when she was stealing content from people because it was making them money. They didn't care when she was asking minors to engage in very lewd fucking content for entertainment on her channel, which is gross and disgusting. So do you think they're now gonna care that she's taken their clearly bullshit fucking punishment and decided that, well, it's too much for her? Multiple violations of the terms of service by this woman. Multiple violations, and they don't do anything to stop it. Like seriously, I'm not asking for much, right? Because realistically at this point, her channel should be terminated. It should be terminated. All I'm asking is you take all of her channels and you remove her from the YouTube Partner Program from 3 to 6 months. I think that that's at least fair. I think that at least shows people that you're taking what she is doing seriously and you actually hold her accountable. You issue a strike against her fucking channel. Like an actual hard strike against her channel. That's not a lot. That's not a ton of things, right? That really isn't. But YouTube should show people that they aren't like so fucking brazen that they're gonna openly pick and play favorites right in front of our faces. You know, it took all this pressure to get them to address the situation. A whole week of just acting like they couldn't see what was going on. Well, we all see it now. We're all pissed off now. We all see that your terms of service are bullshit. They don't actually mean anything to anybody. They clearly don't mean anything to YouTube. If you can make enough money, you can just wipe your ass with this. You know what this is good for? Printing it up on fucking toilet paper. But for everybody else that exists on the platform, this is going to be lodged at your fucking head anytime you step out of line. How is that right? How is that fair? And I remember multiple instances where people were just absolutely harshly punished for bullshit fucking reasons. The Ackman made a joke about doxing and was removed from the partner program for it. SniperWolf actually doxes. SniperWolf uploads inappropriate content with minors. SniperWolf steals content. SniperWolf harasses and bullies people using her platform. SniperWolf is currently violating YouTube's own punishment against her. Are you really not going to do anything? I am like, this is like on another level. And you know, it's crazy. It really is crazy to me because honestly, if SniperWolf had just, I don't know, not fucked around for like 1 to 2 weeks, something else would have happened and she could have quietly started moving the videos over. Just waited for her name to drop off of trending, right? Just waited for something else to be like on everybody's mind, and then she could have quietly started moving the videos over. YouTube could have quietly remonetized her channel. No shot that's happening now. No shot that's happening now. This woman is deranged. She's psychotic. She constantly breaks the fucking rules, and she clearly lacks fucking common sense and tact. YouTube needs to do something, and they need to do it immediately.